One of the more wild things that you can do with the Ancient One's Tau Mandala is play it in this deck, Cerebro 5. And this is definitely a sillier idea, but Cerebro can be a ton of power with the Tau Mandala on the final turn that, I don't know, really surprised me, at least. We can also see my opponent this game is messing around with Victoria Hand as an ongoing ability to copy with the Tau Mandala, which you can then spread to multiple locations. But we are going for some Cerebro strats here, which gives +9 to all of my 5 power cards, each Cerebro giving +3, which means my 5 power cards get up to 14 power for a total of 42 power at the center location. Another ongoing ability is Patriot, which my opponent has 3 copies of here, and they're going to finish off with an Ultron to add a bunch of 8 power drones, but that's not going to be able to compete with my buffs from Cerebro. One of my favorite uses from the Tau Mandala, it's a little bit tough to show because the clip got cut off, but I used it to give my opponent a Titania and not fill up in the Avengers compound so I could steal that Titania back with Cerebro. But typically, Tau Mandala will take off the drawback abilities from both Martyr and Titania, which is what makes Cerebro 5 work. But there are still going to be games where Cerebro 5 doesn't work. And honestly, those are some of the most fun games that I have with the deck, where you have to try to find an interesting backup plan. In this game, I make a huge Scarlet Spider while also making a bunch of copies of Miss Marvel, which is another powerful ongoing ability that this deck has access to. And this game, because of Monster Metropolis, I wasn't sure if my opponent was going to battle for that location or leave me with the biggest card there to mess with my Cerebros, so I played another Medusa into Cloning Vats, and then played another one of those Medusas into Wakanda. So now I am playing like Cerebro 8 with a bunch of Cerebros, actually, and my opponent has a crazy comeback on this final turn. They are going to Enchantress 2 of my center Cerebros, and then they are also going to actually battle for Monster Metropolis with this Gladiator, but they make one more play here, and that is the Merlin location change spell over into Wakanda, which turns into the Nexus, which is one of the few locations that can actually win me the game here. Comment if you can think of any others, and subscribe for more sweet Marvel.